The 4% rule. Is it a rule? And does it really work in real life? I was thinking a 2% solution, but that was Sherlock Holmes. But I think 4% is what everyone's talking about, at least certainly online. But I tell you, a paid off house changes everything. Paid off house. Many times people retire and head off until the next year, and the market drops, like it's done time and time again. Think about 2008. I can remember because I was upside down in a house. But it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's real. A lot of financial planners online talk about 4% rule. Withdraw about 4% a year, and your money should last you around 30 years. Why 30? I don't know. Now, when people talk about this, they often use the big numbers, 1 million, 2 million, but that's not really who I'm talking about. Let me ask you something. Do you have $1 million saved? Well, you have a meal. Well, you have a million saved. Me, I'd like to, but no, I don't think so. That's often how the conversations go. Big numbers, big expectations, a lot of rules online. I'm thinking about a couple sitting at a table, getting close to retirement, and they're trying to decide, well, we have enough. Well, we have enough. And what they do, is it going to be enough? Maybe they have 400,000. That'd be nice. But for a lot of people, they don't make it. They won't even have 100,000. A lot of people have zero. That's 50%. But let's talk about the 4%. 4% of 100,000, that's $4,000 a year taken out on the 4% rule. That's about $350 a month, $11 a day. Now, what is $11 a day spent on today? Cappuccino. Good thing there's Social Security. But is that what you need? Does it all you need? $11 a day? I don't think so. The 4% rule comes from research done back in the 90s. They looked at numbers, inflation, and they asked how much could someone withdraw without running out of money? And the answer they came up with was about 4%. I bet 4% might work for millionaires, but let's think about this in real life. Take someone with, say, $200,000 and the market drops. Now it's 160. That's small change. That's not small change, but it's real. It really happens. But if that happens, do you keep taking the 4%? Well, that's 8,000 now. You don't think so. Do you adjust? Obviously, we had better start adjusting today, because now it's no longer 4%, it's 5% or more. As I've been thinking, because this isn't just about money, it's about how we think about our future. But I like Jesus. He said, look at the birds. They don't worry. God takes care of them. But the Bible also talks about ants storing up for the future. An example is Joseph. Remember him? Preparing during the good years for the years that were coming. Now, there's something in that. It makes you think a little bit differently about all this. Doesn't it? The 4% rule looks at your investments, but doesn't really look at your life. Where you live. Is it Hawaii or Tennessee, and what things cost in Hawaii or Tennessee? Two people with the same income. A paid off house changes everything. I was watching a retiree on YouTube. Her house is almost paid. Yet she's thinking of selling and buying a mobile home. Was that a good idea? She's asked us. I gave her my opinion. We'll see. But where you live matters more than most people think. That's one reason I'm leaving Honolulu. But come again, I'm excited. It's going to be good. Two people with the same amount of money can feel tight in one place and manageable in another. Most people don't live on investments alone. They combine things: savings, Social Security, pensions, pensions. A paid off home, I'll say it, is not rage saving. I've done some look at that. It's an idea. But a rage paying off your house, now that is a good idea. I believe that paying off the house is just as important as having $1 million in a 4% solution withdrawal. And actually, if you had one, you'd go maybe drop it to $750,000, and that would be provide maybe the remaining on $250,000 house. But there's something good about paying a house. And do the math. I did and found out it's just as important, and for a lot of reasons. But life doesn't always follow some formula built as we hoped it would. When someone reaches 65 today, there's a good chance they could be looking at, say 30 years. Maybe that's why they came up with it. That's not the problem. That's time. Time, that's a gift. Time to travel, time to learn, time to build something new, time to enjoy life. Retirement should not be planning the end of your life, and stop tapping the page. You're planning for your freedom years. That's what I call them, freedom years. Let me ask you something. What does your situation look right now? Do you feel like you have enough? Do you think, or are you still live unsure? And how are you thinking about the 4% rule? If you don't have anything 4%, it doesn't do any good. Answer below. I read every comment and I'll answer every question. But money does matter. But retirement was never meant to be only about numbers. 4%, 3%, those are just tools. Don't just accept it as rules. Do the math. Decide your life. That's life defiant.